Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of AC Unity. I see a poor extremist lying about over there. Now he despawns. I was just, before starting, slowly scrolling or panning over Paris, and really this city is so well made. Of course you have like it's an 8-year-old game, so the draw distance over there at a very low res textures with modern hardware, it could really be like 5 times as far. But besides that, the whole setup of this city, it's quite amazing how dense it is and how varied. For instance, over here you have that, we are now in that industrial area. What the hell? Oh man, I have like a graphical glitch. Unless those are meant to be chimneys. Could be chimneys, I don't know. But suddenly they really stand out, so to say, these black bars. Anyways, it is amazing with all the, if you pan around, you see over there you have yeah, I think that is Les Invalides. You have the what the hell was that called again? Pantheon over here. I forgot what it was called. This one. The big one is Les Invalides. Alright. So probably that is Les Invalides. Now I'm really wondering what that one is. Sorry, it's a really slow start of my start of the playthrough. This is Les Invalides. There's another big dome in the distance. That's probably this one. Which, yeah, I think is. I don't even remember. It's there was like this chemistry contest over here. Probably some kind of science building. Yeah, that's the one over there. You have Les Invalides over there. And then the question is, what was that again? This is the Pantheon. And over there, that's the Palais de Luxembourg over here. And then there was also, I'm almost starting, but I'm just really mesmerized a bit by the map. Because I'm missing one other dome. So this is a big dome. That is the Les Invalides. This is that science building. This is the Assemblée Nationale, Palais de Bourbon. Saint-Germain-des-Prés Church. There is one. I only, if I scroll over here, I only see 2 domes. Les Invalides is a dome and the Science building is a dome. And then we have the Palais de Luxembourg. This is another dome. That's the Sorbonne. I think that may be the one I'm seeing. So we have Les Invalides. We have the Science building, and then this Palais de Luxembourg, and this is probably the Sorbonne. But anyways, if you look around, it's almost, I feel a bit melancholic. I'm now really nearing the end of at least the main game. Only 2 more murder mysteries and the last sequence, main campaign sequence. And then it is done. I will still be doing 2 achievements to not only 100% it, but also complete the platinum achievement, getting all the achievements. There are 2 achievements that I will probably do offline because I need to find a person in co-op to do 10 sync kills, and I have to revive a co-op player. But then it really will be done for, and I almost feel a bit melancholic. Like I've been running around so long in this place. I'm now in, I don't know, episode 210, 220 or something. Yeah, that's where it all started, in the Louvre. That is the Saint... God damn it, how can I forget it? It's such a Palais de Justice, and this is the Saint Chapelle. I always forget that name. And then we have the temple over there, I think. Behind over there, there is like the Grand Châtelet. Maybe that's over there. Over there, the Palais de Tuileries with the Louvre attached to it. Saint Chapelle Church. The Bastille. The Tour Saint Jacques. I think that is this one. Or no, I think it's that one. That is the Tour Saint Jacques. It is just amazing. It almost feels a bit like now, like the world building, like Dark Souls. When you were like in certain levels and you had like this vista and you looked down upon other areas, other earlier or later levels that you either already went to or that you still had to go to. It really feels like a coherent whole, this city. It really is pretty amazing. Anyways, let's continue with where we were. Sorry, I was totally sidetracked. 2 more murder mysteries to do. Cut the middleman and a dash of poison. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. This one I already fast traveled to where I need closest fast travel points, and it is over there. So I am going to go jump down. I'm going to run away from the church until I hit the... Is it also a river? No. Until I hit the river. And then I'm just going to follow the river until the social club, and I will split in between. It is in front of the insane asylum, I think. What this is. Weird that this building is not a landmark, by the way. Anyways, there was one other one I wanted to show. Or can't I see it from here? So we have the Pantheon over there, like the Observatoire de Paris, the observatory. Where was that one? I cannot see it. That's behind the Palais de Luxembourg over there. Or no, it's behind the Pantheon. I think it's over there. I thought I earlier saw it, but I must have mixed it up. And this building, I have no idea. That is, I think, the insane asylum, actually. Or isn't it? Yes. Then I don't even need to run all the way to the river and then to the right. Can just make a beeline for it straight so. And the observatory is indeed over here. Paris Observatory behind the Pantheon. Alright, I will now get into the game. But again, I thought that was the observatory, but that's the Bastille actually. Again, it is just amazing. This game brought me a lot of hours of pleasure. So worth the paying price, and also a lot of frustration with sometimes the pretty often the parkour, the stealth mechanic, or the knockdown not working. But overall, so much more goods than bads. It's pretty amazing. Arno is a badass. Graphics are unbelievable still today in 2021. just amazing. Alright, here we go. It almost feels like I'm at a funeral or somebody. Like that I'm recounting the positives, so to say. I still have like the whole DLC to go, and I'm actually secretly also looking forward to starting other AC games. After this one I will do 3, then Black Flag, then Rogue, then Origin, and then Odyssey, and then maybe afterwards the first 3 games, the Ezio games, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright, here we go. And by the way, before I reach that point, it will be 2023 or something. Alright, I'm making
Right. How are you?
as much as possible that direction. Man, it really feels weird. Only 2 more murder mysteries.
Well, they've settled the rich ones today, haven't they? Hey! Stop there, or I'll saw your bloody legs off!
Take it easy, dudes. Take it easy and take a chill pill. Oh shit, Arno, don't get in here. There was like this description about the yellowish water over here. This is human feces river. It's used as an open drainage sewer. Alright, I have no idea where it exactly is. It should be somewhere around here. Ah, there it is.
Soyez les sous, soyez les fous.
I must say, I really enjoyed also these murder mysteries. They're and especially, and unfortunately I only noticed it too late, but there are case summaries after you completed them. And in the previous 1, 2 or 3 episodes I did read them. But the earlier murder episodes, mysteries that I did randomly early in the playthrough, I don't think I did. I'm not really sure. But it really, the backstories, it's really nice writing, I must say. Right, here we go. Holy shit. There's only one thing that I don't really understand. And that is that in Black Flag you can actually pet cats and dogs. In this game you cannot. Which I think is a bit of a downgrade. But whatever. Solve the murder in the graveyards. The body is dismembered. These cuts are precise surgical. There's not much blood, but plenty of sand in the wounds. A fish hook was left attached to the flesh, and the skin is covered in puncture wounds. Yeah, I think somebody was dragged over the bottom of the river or something. Right, here we go. What do we have here? The same algae that grows by the river sand. It is also covered in sand. So my hunch was right. It has something to do with the river. A small satchel that contains bait, hooks and fishing line. It also contains a ripped proof of release document stamped by officials at La Salpêtrière, the asylum next door. The name of who was released is illegible. Yeah, that's probably maybe the person who's lying there. A heavy set of footprints. Alright, heavy, so not small. Alright, did we do everything over here? Yes. Let's get into La Salpêtrière, I think it's called. Yes, La Salpêtrière, the asylum. annoying.
Hold a moment, citizen.
Alright, let's talk with this guy. Hello. Can I talk with him?
Those papers are for a patient that we just released. He always blabbered on about being a fisherman, so your best bet is to check the river. We also had a patient escape a few weeks ago. You could check their cells inside, just down the steps.
Alright, let's do that. Let's see if we got everything here. Yes. 5 down below. Hopefully there will not be any guards, because I don't feel like... God damn it.
Traitor, boy!
God damn it.
Here, brother!
Holy shit. They take a big beating. Right. See what we have here. 5 clues. I already see 4. Come on, Arno. A book, Guide to Fish Species, filled with circled drawings and descriptions of various types of fish, well worn and looks to have been read 1,000 times. The mattress has many small puncture holes in it. Alright, that's quite weird. Maybe that's somebody with a lot of back hair. Asylum, fishing hook, disgusting. Hidden under the bed is a dead rat, impaled multiple times by a fishing hook. How would a rat be impaled by a fishing hook? And small holes in the mattress.
What happened? I had a paper cut, but my whole arm got infected because it's so filthy in here. Some surgeon thought he had the right to hack it clean off. The pain almost killed me.
Can you imagine being in such an asylum in the 18th century and then a doctor hacking your arm off? Crazy. Sometimes I forget how good we have it in the 21st century, despite all the Twitter drama, etc. Alright, torn medical journal. Pages from a torn up medical journal belonging to a surgeon named Dr. Leonard Ernie. It is filled with drawings of the human anatomy and surgical procedures. It also has a large list of patients and their addresses. All but one has been crossed off. A patient named Charlotte Doiron, who lives at 9 Rue de la Nouette. There is also a worn address for the surgeon at 8 Rue Poliveau. Both addresses would be worth a visit. True. I really hope that that doctor, who apparently also cut off somebody's arm or leg, whatever it was, limb, I hope he will be the suspect. That we can accuse him and get him out of the way. Oh shit, wrong side. Alright, so this one done, that one done. We are going to go to the office. Then afterwards to the River Seine. Oh, shack. Then the docks. Then to the house. Here we go. Right, how the hell do I get over there? without running all the way. Yeah, there's not really a way over here. Ah, over here. Alright, one person. We need another clue, I think. Yes, and a person upstairs. Hello.
Of course that's my journal. Proof my assistant is taking jobs behind my back. He's always late and off doing God knows what. I don't care how good he is with a blade. I can't trust a man who's stealing clients. Best to let him go.
Alright. I have no idea who that was. The doctor, maybe? Sounded pretty okay. Okay-ish. Holy shit, this guy also looks eerily realistic.
What can I say? My boss is a good barber, but a horrible surgeon. I was using his clients to make a little money on the side. Cut out the middleman.
Alright. Still don't see what that has to do with a murder. Double checking if we have everything. Yes. Oh, sorry. Right, there's supposed to be a shack here of some sorts. I think it's over there.
You can't stop
Taking out
us.
this dude. Lie down. Right. God damn it, where is it? Is this a shack? There we go. Man, I need to step it up. Only 17 minutes left. Check. Torn journal. The pages belong to a surgeon's journal. They have shown diagrams of the human anatomy. Several names of patients are crossed out. Could be potential murder victims. These look like the kind of leather straps worn to control a prisoner or a patient. They are caked in dried bloods. The corpses look like they have been sitting here for at least a week. They were hacked to pieces and are now impossible to identify. A large and very sharp cleaver could be part of a set. Right, did we get all of them? Yes. My gut says the assistant, but I'm not sure.
I was fishing a few days ago and I found a body floating in the river. Cut up arms and legs too. It must have floated here from upstream. I didn't know what to do with it, so I took it to the cemetery. I'm sorry.
Right. And another one. A severed arm looks to be female. There are fresh scratches on the wrists. Right, now we are going to go to this house, so straight on.
probablement un voleur qui fuit les gardes.
Please, help. My wife is missing. She'd just come home from the butcher, but when I went into the bedroom upstairs, she was gone and there's blood everywhere. I think it's hers. Please, help me.
Right, the butcher. There was also like this meat cleaver. Oh shit. Oh, Arno. Oh man. I don't have time for this now. Uncooked meat from a butcher shop. Looks like it hasn't been out very long. The shop must be nearby. There's blood all over the house. It's unlikely his wife is alive. It looks like the body was dragged and then backed up to carry. Signs of a struggle. His wife put up quite a fight. Her attacker looks to have had a lot of trouble with her as the house is a mess. Alright, are we done here? Yes, we are going out to the other side and then building to the left.
Don't run off! I'm a good guy! Good at smashing, ripping, tearing, and the art amputation!
Damn it. Ah, that's the set. Butcher knives, they look to be part of sets, though a large cleaver is missing.
Murders? Well, some crazy man came by here rambling about a corpse. That's all I know. How about some fresh pork? My assistant can give you a perfect cut. He's a little slow in the head. Came in here a few weeks ago begging for work, but I tell you, the boy has a gift. A gift that finally leaves me some time to get some fishing in.
Alright, he likes fishing. I don't see what his motive would be.
I just want to work. I won't bother no one. What do you want? I must work.
Alright, is this everything we have? Yes, seems so. Alright, 11 minutes in the episode. I have really 11 minutes max for deduction. I have to do a very quick sanitary stop. Sorry guys, we'll be back in a sec. Thinking about it, I think that might be the crazy guy over here. He just came in working. He is probably the guy that escaped from the asylum, who had like a fish hook into a rat. And holes in his mattress. I don't understand the holes in his mattress, to be honest. I will quickly read a bit, but I'm pretty sure he is the guy. Or at least that's what I think now. The murder weapon that comes from the butcher shop that really was near that pile of bodies. Yeah, maybe that doctor assistant or something. Got a list with bodies, and then the escaped mental patient actually did the killing or something. Filled with, this is from the asylum. Guide to fish species. Circle descriptions of various types of fish, well worn. Alright, somebody is obsessed with fish. Disgusting. Hidden under the bed is a rat impaled, dead rat impaled multiple times by a fishing hook. Yeah, so he really has some kind of a weird mental disorder. The mattress has many small puncture holes in it. So he puts holes in everything, so to say. Gilles Benoit, this patient lost an arm due to infection. A surgeon visited the asylum recently to amputate. The body in the cemetery also looked to have very clean cuts. No hesitation. Yeah, it almost looks like maybe two separate instances. Like that pile of bodies near the river and that actual murder we are investigating with the body in the graveyard. Pages from a torn up medical journal belonging to a surgeon, Dr. Lena Ernie. It is filled with drawings of the human anatomy and surgical procedures. It also has a large list of patients and their addresses. All but one has been crossed off. The patient named Charlotte Doiron, who lived at 9 Rue de la Nouette. There is also a return address for the surgeon, 8 Rue Polival. Both addresses would be worth a visit. Yeah, I hope they were highlighted on the map themselves. We didn't speak to a woman, we only found a woman that was killed. Let's see, that was the house. Yeah, Léon Doiron, so that was the husband who said his wife was missing. So that is indeed, so yeah, that one was recently abducted. Butcher knives, they look to be part of the set. Edgar Duchamp, the butcher mentioned someone came into a shop rambling about a corpse. He seems pretty relaxed and likes the fish, hired a new assistant who is good with a knife. Someone came into a shop rambling about a corpse. Simon Larue, butcher's assistant, definitely not right in the head, did not say much, but his boots were caked with sand. Same algae that grow by the river Seine, it's also covered in sand. Ah, so there's a link to the bodies near the river and the body in the graveyard. Ah, then probably that doctor, they were missing a body, and that mental patient forgot one body that he left in the graveyard instead of like that body dump near the river. Maybe that is why the doctor then raced to the butcher, knowing that the mental patient worked there, and asked about that body frantically. I do think they are in cahoots, the mental patient and that doctor assistant. A severed arm looks to be female. There are fresh scratches on the wrist. Biron Latour, fisherman, admitted to finding the body and says it came from upstream. Says didn't know what to do with the body, so he took it to the asylum's graveyard. Ah, okay. So there's probably one body just put into the river to discard or something, and then it was found, and that's the reason why it's not in the pile of bodies near the river, but actually in the graveyard, because the person who found it panicked and put it there. Claims he did not murder anyone, but something is clearly twisted in his mind. Alright, so that's maybe also a mental patient. Bernard Lassalle runs the asylum. He verified the authenticity of the release papers I found in the satchel. The released inmate described in the papers apparently had plans to become a fisherman. Ah, okay, so we have one that escaped. The asylum also had a patient escape. And we have one that plans to become a fisherman. That's the guy with the fisherman's book. With all the rat that was torn, impaled, and all the holes in his mattress. God damn it, this is a hard one. So he was released. It's this guy. And he found a body, took it to the asylum. Uncooked meat from a butcher shop. Looks like it hasn't been out very long. The shop must be nearby. And that was in the house of the kidnapped woman, Mademoiselle Doiron. I'm not sure why a butcher would drop his meat, but there was a struggle. The attacker had trouble. Leon Dorion, missing woman's husband, is in panic, says his wife had just gone to the butcher. Before she went missing. Ah, so then maybe she was followed home. That's why also the meat was in her room. Seems genuine. Yeah, so that really punched to the butcher guy instead of the fisherman guy. There is blood all over the house. It is unlikely his wife is alive. It looks like the body was dragged and then backed up to carry. Right, I'm just wondering, that jail cell, was that the jail cell of the guy that was released, I think the fisherman, or the guy that escaped, like the butcher assistant? And the name is not crossed out, maybe because her body was maybe not taken care of yet, like hidden or something. Alright, I have to speed it up. I have 1.5 minutes left in the episode. I'm pretty sure I will be accusing the wrong person, but yeah. Alright, yeah, that cell is probably from the fisherman, because the inmate described in the papers apparently had plans to become a fisherman, and the cell that we were in had all kinds of link to fishing hooks and stuff. Thierry Dion, surgeon's assistant, claims his boss is a terrible surgeon, not saying much other than he's taking on outside jobs for extra money. Dr. Leonard Ernie, the journal from the asylum belongs to the surgeon. Looks like his assistant left it behind after sneaking off to conduct an off-the-books amputation at the asylum. Does not trust his assistant. Alright, so that's surgeon. That book is from the surgeon. The journal. all but one has been crossed off. And that is the one that was recently kidnapped. And this journal is from the surgeon's assistant. And it was a clean wound. So that surgeon, apparently, according to the assistant, is a very bad surgeon. So maybe he cannot make clean wounds. A cleaver, leather straps, corpses sitting at least a week. That's probably it. I think the mental patient from the butcher gets the bodies. He kills them, and then the surgeon takes them to the river and chops them up, maybe to practice his skills. Maybe something like that. Because the book, that's really incriminating for the surgeon, that all those names were there. Except for the woman that was recently kidnapped and killed, but not yet chopped up. The pages belong to surgeon's journal. They show diagrams of the human anatomy. Several names of the patients are crossed out. Could be potential murder victims. Yes, he's just practicing, I think. The body is dismembered. Cuts are precise surgical. There is not much blood, but plenty of sand in the wounds. A fish hook was left attached to the flesh, and the skin is covered in puncture wounds. Yeah, those puncture wounds. Wow, this is really a weird one. That resembles the mattress of the insane asylum escapee. Or no, the fisherman. He had all kinds of puncture wounds in his mattress. Footprints, a heavy set of footprints. So that means somebody was carrying a body, probably. A small satchel with fishing stuff. Alright, it almost looks like they are using these bodies as bait to fish with. A small satchel, yeah. Yeah, this is the guy that was released, and he indeed said that he put the body there so that he lost his satchel there in the graveyard. That's not necessarily incriminating. This just makes sense. Yeah, I'm going with the little assistant, and I think that the assistant is working on orders of the surgeon, who chops up these bodies to practice his craft, because apparently he's a bad surgeon. Here we go.
I just want to work. I won't bother no one. What do you want? Let me cut meat. There was so much to cut, so little time.
All right.
So much meat left to cut. Can't stop. Never stop.
Ah, he was not in cahoots, I think. At least we got the right one. That's nice. Oh shit, I first have to end it. Man, I have to speed it up. I'm already way over the 40-minute marker.
Horrible. That's the last time I fish in those waters. Have a look and see which weapon suits you.
Right.
Having trouble? It's a tough one, isn't it? Some shady characters mixed up in this one, eh?
For sure. Alright, here we go. Where the hell? Here it is. Case summary. A deranged patient at La Salpêtrière Asylum, Simon LaRue, managed to steal a medical journal outlining surgical procedures from a visiting surgeon. He became obsessed with dissecting flesh, experiencing illusions of being a surgeon himself. After practicing on rats he'd find in his cell, LaRue felt ready to test what he learned on the world. He made a daring escape and several civilians were murdered, their mutilated bodies dumped in a shack by the sand. He eventually found work at the local butcher shop where he continued to hone his skills with the blades. Still, the escaped asylum patient was sloppy. His sand-covered boots and the butcher knife left in the shack pinned him directly to the crime. Alright, so it was actually a pretty straightforward one. Oh, this is so annoying. Yesterday I cleared all these exclamation marks. They just come back. It's really annoying. But whatever, that's like a bug in the game. Guys, have to end it quickly. I'm already over.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
The 40-minute marker. Next episode, last murder mystery. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you there.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
For the meantime, do not forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.